God honors sacrifice, and our sacrifices touch God's heart and move his hand.
One of the things I loved about it was that the characters were really developed, and you cared for them, which made it so much freakier.
I've been a big fan of the Warrens for a long time. They have such a huge collection of stories. Within the cases that they've investigated, one of my favorites is the case of the Annabelle doll.
Oh my God, John.
That's the one, right?
Yes.
It was one of the Warrens' best-known cases and, most profiled cases. That will add to the allure of Annabelle the movie.
I was fortunate to read parts of The Demonologist, the book written by Ed and Lorraine Warren. Their chapter on Annabelle totally freaked me out. All of it freaked me out, really.
In this film, the creepy things are things that could happen to you in your daily life, and I think the scariest things in life are when you second guess yourself or you second guess your most safe surroundings.
That's kind of why I like doing these movies, because it kind of brings a little light to it, makes people think. I mean, it's real out there, so beware, be careful.
The stories that these movies are based on, they're just fascinating.
When you have a platform to leap off that stems from somewhere real, then that gives you a lot of leverage to try and do things and try things out and explore that world, but yet still have that sense of authenticity to it that is grounded to begin with.
Based on a true story is you don't really have the safety net to be repeating in your head, it's only a movie, it's only a movie, it's only a movie, right? Because it's, it's not, it happens. Once the lights come up in the theater and you're walking out, you don't really get that sweet relief of okay, I'm back in the real world, because you just watched the real world, and it was terrifying.
Obviously, we have crafted a new story around it, but the supernatural aspects of it that give it its grounding are legitimate and are there. But when it really is based on a true story, I think the audiences can feel it, and I think that's one of the things that worked so incredibly well. The Warrens are real, the Perrons are real.
So much of it is suggestive in its filmmaking. So much of it is off camera that you don't see.
Things were happening, on set and behind the scenes that were a little bit freaky.
There's been a few creepy things that has happened on the set of this film. The first night when we had Joe Bashara on set playing the demon, and they were taking him through the basement.
And then all of a sudden, I think a light fixture fell out of the ceiling on Fuller's head.
As Fuller follows him under this light fixture, the light just comes unhinged, crashes on Fuller's head, and shatters on the ground.
It just, it touches the kind of innocent fear that we all had.
At the first draft, I had the demon killing Fuller in the hallway, which is essentially where the light fixture fell on his head.
So we had changed that in the draft that we eventually shot, but clearly the demon did not have the revised pages.
The weirdest moment for me, though, was we had just shot the home invasion scene with Annabelle Higgins coming in and committing suicide against the wall, and she smears a rune on the wall of the nursery. It sort of looks like an A. I go to bed, I sleep, I wake up. On the ceiling right above me is that rune reflecting off a lamp in my bedroom. And I yelled to my wife, get me my phone, because I got to take a picture of this because no one's ever going to believe me. It definitely creeped me out. My hair's been on end since that happened.
I'm literally in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I hear this enormous crash, and I go into the bathroom, and the medicine cabinet on the wall just fell right off the wall. And that freaked me out. They came and put that medicine cabinet back up. Earlier this week, that medicine cabinet fell off again. It makes you think there's something bigger going on surrounding this film. I love working on this film, but when it's all done and I don't have to worry about that stuff, I'll be happy.
It's not like this stuff happened, we don't have photographic evidence. This stuff happened, we got the photos to prove it. I love that stuff. It adds to the party.
I'm convinced that something bad will happen with Annabelle's around.
It's with the what if and this could happen to me. This is something that I've felt, or, you know, and I think that means that your story stays with people far longer. And, you know, everyone loves a scare.
The Annabelle Higgins shot, it definitely has a fear factor on film. You'll be scared shitless.
John?
Go back inside. It's not mine.
It's more about the suspense of it.
That sets the tone of the reality of the situation.
And the way he's shooting this thing, the way he's moving the camera, just really encapsulates it.
This is a real live murder. And that's why we're doing it all. I want to do it all in one shot.
Hey, camera set.
I want to bring the audience along with this like it's really happening.
If they heard me scream, I'd rather they called the cops.
I think they heard you scream.
It's really a neat shot today because we were trying to make one gigantic action scene.
This camera stays back, but can get them and let them go through frame so we have that cut. Let's face it, I'm a cameraman, and I've been doing this for 1 or 2 years. And I've done a few all-in-one shots.
Is everything all right?
He was gonna follow Annabelle out the front door, go up to the neighbor's house, and then watch, you know, the husband come running out, you know, covered in blood, and, you know, sending his wife back into the house to go call the police. And the camera tracks with her inside into the house, and then while she's inside there, the camera's gonna wrap around her, you know, and then you see someone walks in behind, you know, in the distant background, in the darkness, right?
As she's backing up, this cat comes right out, covered in blood, with a knife, and stabs her in the belly. I wanted up to that point, till she went down, to be in one shot. I think it's scarier too.
It's never just a complicated shot for the sake of a complicated shot. It's always intended to ratchet up the tension.
You know, you can move a camera behind someone for a long time, and that just makes the audience go crazy.
Because you really feel like you're there, you know, when you're going in from room to room and turning back around and then, you know, seeing one person's emotion and then the other's. So it's pretty intense.
If you can create a lot of beats that happen within the shot but without cutting away, that gives you so much more. It doesn't feel like a cheat.
You don't do an all-in-one shot just to be cool and do an all-in-one shot. First of all, does it tell the story? And if it doesn't, you wasted all this time and money for nothing. And second of all, can you do it? And can you do it well or don't do it at all? What is the story you're trying to tell with this shot?
Mia! Get out of here!
So when you're doing something like a home in that one shot and going around, I mean, it's just building and building, and you're waiting for that cut.
Kind of take them on this journey, and then the payoff is you bring them to a scare point.
You just expect it. And when it doesn't come, man, that can be terrifying.
The less you can cheat the audience, the more you can give them within the one shot, within the one frame, the more they will love you for it when it pays off. When it works, it pays off in a big way.
It's a lot about what's not seen. You know, it's not in your face scary stuff. It's what's behind that door. The unknown is what makes it so scary.
We're actually using a thing called a Movi, which is kind of like a Steadicam. It's going to allow us to do is start the shot off very slow and very settled. Ultimately, as we end up in the bedroom and this fight starts, we can lock it and hold it like a handheld camera. It's kind of using a couple different camera techniques in one shot, but using one camera system to pull it off. Action. Whatever you do, it's still always telling the story the shot is supposed to tell. I wanted to bring the audience along with it and feel like it was really, really happening.
In that way, there are going to be images from Annabelle that will become signature.
His passion for this is what pushed everything over the top for us.
Pretty cool. Every moment of that together as a family and as a team is wicked. It's craft, the magic of making movies. That was great. Can you just go back to one, please?
When it came time to find a director for Annabelle, it was kind of a no-brainer.
Okay, come to me, please.
I think there's going to be some iconic shots from it. I mean, John has such a great eye.
He has a passion for it that, you know, he can't help but exude when he speaks to you about it.
Look nice. Look nice.
He knows what's gonna look beautiful on camera and also what's gonna look freaky on camera.
Movie dark with moonlight filtering in so it's creepy.
It's a real homage to what's wonderful about the genre.
It really is everything that John had said it was going to be when he first thought of this shot. And it's an incredible sequence.
It's not a gimmick at all. It's a storytelling device.
To craft all that in one take, it is very difficult. If you can get it right, the payoff is tremendous and the audience loves you for that.
It's a craft, I would say. It's maybe kind of witchcraft. Action.
You know, everyone's had dolls and toys and things growing up, and you associate those with happy thoughts and good times in your life. So whenever you come across things that has such a positive association that you think you trust and they deceive you, it becomes all the more scary, you know?
Ew. It's really not the one I wanted, but fine.
The Annabelle doll is a very creepy creation. What we designed in The Conjuring is a very effective doll.
Okay, cut. That's great.
She's way bigger than I thought she was gonna be.
I think it's very important that she looks somewhat human. So that, you know, in those long shots, when you walk down the hallway and Annabelle's just plopped up against a chair, you want your character to walk by and kind of go, huh, was that someone there? And then once you do like a double take, you realize it's a doll.
And it's those eyes. They're sort of, you know, milky blue, sort of, they're demon eyes.
I'm convinced that something bad will happen with Annabelle's around.
She freaks me out a little bit. Yeah.
John, rid of it.
And watch, on eBay, people are gonna be snarfing them up. They're gonna be paying thousands of dollars to have an Annabelle doll. And then when they turn that light out, baby, they're gonna hear.
I don't care how skeptical you are.
Action, please.
If somebody offers to have the Annabelle doll sleep in your house, you will almost certainly reject that possibility. Nobody's 100% a cynic, because I'm telling you, there are people who claim to be, and we said, take Annabelle home, and it's like, hell no. Hell no. So I think, yeah, Annabelle still scares.
That's so creepy seeing that thing just sitting there, I have to say. It was, oh my God. Even though it was up-framed, it was actually kind of cool and weird.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
It was great.
I love working on horror movies because you can be really creative, and it's always nice to be able to help set the mood for the film through what I bring to it, which is the decoration, and working with a production designer and a director to really help bring that vision. There's a scene in the film where Mia walks into the nursery and she finds that all of the collection of dolls has been ravaged by the demon, Annabelle. So we're distressing the dolls, painting them, we're clipping their hair, we're burning them a little bit, we're shredding their clothing.
Make sure you blow it out, Ara.
We're putting hot glue all over them, making them look real creepy and gross.
You just keep adding layers and it gets better.
We're using mostly watercolor to change some of the coloring on them, but then a lot of it is coming from what we call streaks and tips, which is just like colored hairsprays. So that makes them look dirty or burnt.
My latest correction. Upside down.
There's one over here where the doll is eating her own hand, which I think has a nice little touch to it.
That's how we do it.